to the show. That was another track from Laura LaRock, and we
Nice
got Laura
rhythm.
right here. Laura,
Hi, thank you for having me on.
it's great to have you on the show, and we're just talking about your CD and all about you and where you're from, Newfoundland originally, right?
That's
So,
correct,
but you've been to
yes.
Toronto for a while,
I've
just
been
like
in
the rest
Toronto
of us,
for a
right?
while. Yes, we all gravitate towards here eventually.
Or Fort McMurray.
Fort McMurray, that's true. I have a lot of friends in Fort McMurray.
But you know what? There's a great music scene at the East Coast. You're from St. John's?
Yes, there is. There's a fantastic music scene in the East Coast. There has been for years. It's just getting more predominant. People are noticing it. It's got the East Coast Awards, and
Yeah.
so they're
Definitely
happening.
different.
They're
There's a different
happening.
feel to the music there, though, than there is to the music here.
Well, there's some music. Actually, I think anything goes in Toronto.
Yes.
I mean, you can have kind of East Coast style
Yes.
music.
Yeah.
You can have like everything, hip hop. You can have rock. You can have
and you
reggae.
can have one band who does all of that.
Yes, you can.
Because it's like almost like a fusion,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So now, Laura, is this like your first?
This is my first CD.
Okay.
I've been playing basically in the clubs for about 10 years,
As a
different cover bands as a singer.
As a singer, okay.
And I've always wanted to do my own material, and I finally did it for a number of reasons, and here it is.
Wow.
I
good
know
for you.
I know one thing. Well, first of all, it's not the. When's the official release? Because
The
it's not
official
yet.
release is June 7th
June, so
at
we're
the
really-
Now Lounge.
Okay.
We're just actually trying to confirm that date. It's actually not completely confirmed yet, but it's supposed to be June 7th.
Okay.
If it does change, it's going to be on the website. I'm also playing on June 9th at the Underground with a gentleman named Andrew Cole, who's a phenomenal singer, and I'm very honored to be opening for him.
I think we've had him on the show.
Yeah, you have, and I'm very excited about opening
Wow,
for him.
good for
He's,
you.
I'm a fan of his. I
Yeah,
call
he-
him my smooth as butter vocalist.
He
He's-
is a great
He's
singer, yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Very charismatic.
Yeah.
Isn't it exciting to be able to play with people who are idols of
Yes,
yours?
definitely.
Wow, that makes this all worth it, eh?
It does. I'm ecstatic when I found out that I was
Wow.
going to have the opportunity
How'd you
to
get
open
that?
for him. I've been to several of Andrew's shows, and we contact each other through Facebook, and I was in the process of doing this CD over the last year and a half, and we were always updating each other. And I recently went to his final show because he's actually moved to LA.
Okay.
And he's coming back for a number of shows, and he said, "How would you like to open for me?" And I thought, I would
That's
love to open for you.
wonderful. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
It's like winning the
so-
lottery.
well, I know it was hard to contain myself when he asked me. So,
Wow,
but I'm
and so
pretty
you're going to be
excited.
performing your original music.
Yes, definitely, and it will be acoustic driven this time for the Underground. Actually, this is really more. It's heavy rock, but it's gonna be acoustic for the show, for the
Wow.
opener. So.
Now, what does that mean in terms of normally when you play with a band, as the rock band, like what's the instrumentation that you use?
It's a four-piece. It's bass and drums and lead guitar. Sometimes rhythm, depending on how big the place is.
And do you just sing or do you play
I just
anything?
sing.
Yeah?
I play the spoons. That's about it.
Yeah.
Well,
But that's because I'm a Newfoundlander. So
Sometimes you need the spoons.
I know. You get good beat.
You do the shaky egg.
That's right. I do the eggs. The eggs and the spoons.
Wow. And did you at the same time you're singing?
Well, the eggs I can. The spoons are a little more difficult.
It's hard to sometimes do both
Depends
at
on
the
the
same
size of the spoons.
Yes.
time. Yeah.
So
And you've written all this material, or
I
you
have.
co-wrote
I've
it?
been writing for all of my life. I swear to God, since I can remember, and I'm just excited because it's been a long time coming, and wanting to get it out. And I think songwriting, it's very personal. So
Oh, yeah.
at times when you release it, you're sort of like, yeah, what are everybody going to think? Are they
Yeah.
going to judge
'Cause
me?
you're
What
bearing
are they
your
thinking
soul,
of this?
right?
Because most people who know me, when I write about, for the most part, my life experiences. So you're sort of verbally putting it out there, and that makes yourself sort of open
Yes.
to everything. So.
Well, I know that before you came on, that Sandra was particularly made note of the name
Yes.
of the record, which is called Law of Attraction.
Yes.
And do you want to talk a little bit about how you
You know what?
came
I
to...
mean, you hear so many people writing books on law of attraction, but I've never seen a CD
Yeah.
with the title
Well, there
Law
you
of
go.
Attraction.
Yeah, what was it? What made you choose that title?
Well, there was actually a number of factors that were going on at the time in my life. We all have different journeys to take. And I'd had a lot of things happen, and I thought, wow, I got to start thinking more positive because just everything seems to be going the wrong way. And at the time, I read the book, The Secret, a little bit of it. I hadn't read the whole thing. It actually was an internet video, viral video that I saw that sort of drew me towards the book.
Okay.
And I started reading, and basically what I got out of it was like the point of power. This is my favorite saying. The point of power is the present view. Whatever you're willing to conceive and believe is what will come to you. And it's a very hard sort of thought to create and keep doing that because everybody has negativity in their life. So that's what sort of the law of attraction appeals to. It's like positive thinking everything's going to go right. And that's how that sort of led to that CD. And it was really weird because the more I sort of applied myself to that sort of law of attraction ideal, things were just falling into place. It was
That's
Really?
amazing.
it was very interesting.
Is there a particular example that,
Yeah, well, I actually had been working with a friend of mine, another drummer, and I had gone to a studio to do some soundtracks just for another band thing. And the person said to me, well, I have a friend of mine that, is a really good producer, and if you ever want to use him, do you have any original music? I said, yes, I have original music. And so he named him, and then 2 days later, I was at a club, and a friend of mine called me, goes, come to this club. And the same person that was the producer was there, which
Wow.
turned out to be Brian, my producer who produced this CD. And
So
it
that's
sort of went
synchronicity.
on and on from there, right to the video, everything, where I met
by the
Doug
way, did
Cook
we-
in Calgary.
did we
It
get the
all-
video lined up?
I
we,
hope so.
We want to watch that. Did we
Yeah.
get that lined up, guys? Let's.
Yeah.
We'll try to line that up. What should we look up?
It's Light My Fuse. It's on YouTube.
Light My Fuse on
Yeah,
YouTube.
El Rocks.
Because we'll go out.
So
we'll
you've-
go out with that at the end of the interview.
Wow,
but,
that's amazing.
Yeah,
so it's
the whole
synchronistic.
thing sort of lined up by itself and without even trying to a certain degree. And just have a lot of people that believe in me, that liked what I was doing, including Brian and Doug Cook, who hails from out west. Incredible videographer and producer for videos, for music videos. And we went from there, and that's how it happened.
So then you put your first video out there.
I did.
and that must have been an interesting experience
It
for
was
you.
a lot of fun. I mean,
This is the video we're going to see later.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was really sick. I hadn't been sick in a long time with a cold. And the day that I flew out to Calgary, I came down with a high temperature. So myself and Doug did the video. It's in an old warehouse that's actually open, and it was towards Halloween. It was cold, and they had fans blowing on me, and
Which is
I
perfect for your
lost my
cold.
voice
Oh my
completely,
goodness.
but I'm still singing. Like, you would never know. Everybody looks at it and says, "No, you don't look like you're sick." I was so sick, but I still embraced it, and I had a lot of fun. And Doug made it really easy to work with the video. And
So how
it's
many
a great
days did it
experience.
take?
2.
2 days. Oh, that's not bad.
To
make the
is it?
video.
Yeah, that's
To
still
make
not
the
bad. I
video.
mean, I know the video's
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
3.5 minutes long.
We both knew what we wanted.
Okay.
And that's the funny thing about when you say, we were talking about law of attraction earlier, when we started coming up with ideals, we were batting them back and forth in emails, and he actually had the same concept that I had.
Wow.
And we sort of just brought it together and made the video what it was, which was basically two people that are really one positive and one negative on a journey of trying to find, the love of music. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Because 2 days is actually not a long time.
No, he's
Right.
really good at what he does. He knows what he wants, and he just goes for
Wow,
it.
that's
And
amazing.
I've never acted before, but I had a lot of fun, and I thought, gee, I'd like to get into this.
You
'Cause
know
it
what?
was that much
Maybe I
fun.
was thinking when you said you were sick, I was thinking, well, geez, how is that synchronistic? How is that the law of attraction? But then when you said you've never acted, then it just
Yeah.
came to me. Maybe you were sick so that you would get outside of yourself and
That's
not be
right.
focused on the acting because you were focused on your cold,
Exactly.
right? So then you could just
Yeah.
do your thing. Just
Yeah.
let me get through this kind of thing, right?
But, I was a great experience.
Wow.
As sick as I was, I really felt it and had a great time, and it was absolutely amazing.
So is the final version that video? Is the final version what you expected? Because a lot of times you go in and you have no idea and it's completely different than what you expected.
There's some stuff that we did that never worked out, but that's what happens in video. You shoot a lot of stuff and then it never comes to light. But for the most part, it's exactly what I wanted.
Excellent.
And we had talked about it just before I got back on the plane. We met up and we knew all about the shots, and there was one particular thing that I really wanted to be at the end, and I was really happy with it. It portrayed exactly what I was looking for. So
It's amazing because you get to have that for life too. You're
Yeah.
going to get to look at this
Yeah.
10 years from now and say, oh
It's a
my
good
God, I
feeling.
can't believe
I know.
I can't believe I had my hair like that. It's like
Yeah.
looking at high school pictures, you know.
Is that
yeah.
experience talking, Sandra?
Well, you know what? It's funny. I think that's why I haven't changed my hair since 10.
No, we know the real reason you haven't changed your hair. Well, let's not get into that right now.
Okay, that's true. Okay. Okay.
So now, Laura, so, like in the old days, you'd made a video and you'd get it played on Much Music, and that was a great way to promote the music.
Yes.
And promote CD sales and stuff like
Yes.
that. I don't know, does Much Music even play videos anymore?
They do. I'm at, right now I'm just a new artist coming
Yeah.
up and starting out, so I'm just getting my feet wet everywhere. I have my own website. My video is on YouTube. I am checking into Much Music. There's so many technicalities, there's so many things that you have to do to get to there. And as you know, and you actually mentioned it earlier to a certain degree, the music industry has changed a lot.
Yeah.
And it can be for you or against you depending on how you decide to market yourself. And I mean, Twitter, Facebook, all of this has come up, and it's basically, you have an opportunity to market yourself without even using Much Music. But I'm trying to get on Much Music right now. They have a big format and different things that have to be done, so I'm looking into those to see what happens.
It's almost like these days, what is a hit is what makes it huge on YouTube. Like if you got a YouTube video that's got 1 million hits,
Yeah.
then you've got a big hit on your hands.
And
Exactly.
then
But
they
you're not
come to
making any
you,
money
right?
necessarily,
No, you
right?
don't make any money. And actually, I think, from what I understand, they're trying to change the laws of that right now. Through
Really?
SOCAN video and all of that, so that there's something coming through
But
that.
if you have 1 million hits, you also will get the record labels and the Much Music coming to you too.
Interested in
Isn't
you.
that what Justin Bieber? Is that how that happened with him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Yes.
I don't get it how it's tough to me, like the whole music industry. I think it's still in flux. I
Yeah.
think that it's easier now for artists to connect directly to their fans.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you don't need record companies anymore, but still.
I
are
think
gonna
you need the record companies, but it's getting to them that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
And, it's changed to the point where there's 1,000 bands all on the internet, and which one is that record company going to look at? And
And how do they make
you
the
just
decision?
you know
This-
what? I think it's a networking marketing thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to put yourself out there and be smart and just constantly be. I mean, I could spend days on Twitter and Facebook and sending my stuff out, which I've done sometimes, trying to connect with the right people. Sometimes it's just
But then
believably a hit and a miss.
But isn't that going against the law of attraction?
No, not to that, because I really believe at some point something will happen
Okay.
that it'll come forward to that. You got to try. I mean, it's positivity and putting yourself out there and sort of thinking that this is where you want it to go and staying positive about it. I mean, I think that goes without saying for anything. You want a job, you want a certain thing, you think positively about it, and it sort of comes to you.
And it's
So-
been working for you so far.
So far it has.
So like, there's nothing
Yeah.
to think it wouldn't be working for you the next step.
That's exactly it.
So what is the next step? The album's coming out in June, and even
The
though
album's out, actually. The CD release is June 7th, and
Right,
then I'm
okay.
opening for Andrew on June 9th. Next
But-
step from there, hopefully, we'll see what
Much
happens.
music.
Are there any
Much
plans?
music.
No, do you have a band that you play with on a regular
I play
basis?
with different bands, different musicians.
Okay. And how did that impact the recording process itself? Like, how did you decide who you're going to have playing on the?
Well, actually,
CD.
on the recordings, I have I have a person that's a multi-instrument. It was Brian Gagnon, my producer, who plays drums, guitar, mandolin. He
Wow.
plays everything, and he actually played all the instruments.
Drums
on
too?
this.
Wow.
Yes, he did.
It's a good thing he doesn't sing.
He does sing.
Well, it's a good thing he's not a female singer. Can't stumped you there.
He does sing, but I do use a full band, and basically these days, it's really hard to have one band committed to you because the music industry has changed so
Yeah.
much, so drastically that no one's playing or committed to one thing, and you just have to sort of find
your
the
own
people
thing.
that you know are willing to be there and ready for you whenever a show comes up, which is okay.
And do you still do the cover band stuff too?
I know at this point I'm totally focusing on my
Good for
career
you.
as a solo artist and as an artist singing original music and no top 40 at all.
But you must have a long list of musicians that you've worked with that you can always call on to perform.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
So we've got the two performances coming up in Toronto. Any plans for anything outside the city or across the country?
There's something, I'm looking at a couple things I don't want to say yet because, but there's something coming up out east as well, and I'm looking at something out west later in the year, so we'll see what happens. But if you follow me on my website, www.lrockmusic.com, and it also links, if you go to the social networking page, it links all of it like to Twitter, Facebook. They're always updated so you can see what's going on and know where I'm at and what I'm doing.
So they can just go to the website.
They know before I do sometimes. So
Now, can
that
people
fast.
Scary.
can
That's
people
scary.
can people buy the CD
you
as
can,
well on your
can-
site?
Yes, you can buy it on my website. You can buy it at CD Baby as well, and you can also buy it on my Facebook, which directly takes you to a link to CD Baby.
Okay.
So
Okay, so people, what do they look up on Facebook?
if they go,
wanna find you
they
there?
go to just look up Laura LaRock, it comes up. But if you go to, what I do is send people to my website because the Facebook link is there. As soon as they click on the Facebook link, it'll take you right
Okay.
to
Perfect.
Facebook, right to Reverb Nation, right to Twitter.
To everything from
Yeah.
your
And
website,
LaRock is
lrockmusic.com.
everything.
LaRock is L''.
Yes. You know, there's a variation. It depends on how
Okay.
people want to, I mean, it's been Laura Rock, L Rock, Laura LaRock from The Rock. So it's, you know, it's,
Oh yeah, because you're from the Rock.
yeah. So
I still think
it's whatever
Laura
anybody
Rocks.
wants it to be.
Yeah. Well, this is great. Now we're gonna watch the video
Right.
now, and we're gonna see all the fun you had, even though you were sick in a warehouse
See if you
somewhere
can
in
pick out
Calgary.
whether or not she was sick.
Right. And I just
About
want
to sneeze or something.
But I just want to say thanks for coming in and bringing us the CD. The
Thank you for
release
having me.
sounds like a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to
good
that.
luck.
And
Great,
please
thanks.
come back with your next CD.
I will.
And
And have
it's-
fun. Have fun at those events. They're going to sound
will.
awesome.
Yeah. So this is the single,
Congratulations.
right? The first single, which is
This
called again
Light My Fuse.
"Light My Fuse." So
And I'm already in the process of working on the second CD.
Wow.
fabulous.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Laura.
You're busy.
I'm busy.
L-Rock, LaRock, however you want to say it, from the Law of Attraction.
Either
Here's "Light My
way.
Fuse," and we're going to come back with Nick Beat as we continue here on Liquid Lunch.
Stop putting out my fire. I'll only light it again. I carry a torch for the love of music. I'm not gonna let you blow out the flame. Overloaded insecurities. It's got to be your only excuse. I got something to offer. I ain't gonna let you lose it. Light my fuse, get out of the way. I want your gasoline, not your water. Light my fuse, you force me to choose. Well, things are only gonna get hotter. Spontaneous combustion. It's about to explode. Flashpoint high intensity. Don't you know